that it works for me. Technology has not been my friend the last couple of weeks. How's everyone going? How are you all? Give me some smiles. You all a bit, oh, I've got a puppy waving at me. Amazing. So tonight's call, I really just want to go over some things. Like I've been talking to a lot of people since I've been back, and it's the same thing that everyone's kind of struggling with. It's hands up if you feel me. The same thing that I'm hearing from everyone is, I should be rocking it, but I'm not. Give me some love. We've got some hands up. We've got some head nods. We're all feeling the same thing. Yeah. Okay. So I kind of want to just help you guys out, because I know when you feel like this, I've definitely felt like this before. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm doing everything my mentor is telling me to, but nothing's working. I know what it feels like. And I guess I just want to give you some insight from perspective view. You know what I mean? So first of all, I just want to sort of tell you guys a little bit about my journey coming into this. I know I haven't met a lot of you, and I don't know if any of you have even heard my story about why I started this and what's happened to me along the way. It has not been easy, guys. It has not been an easy journey at all. It's been full of growth, and I'm happy to share my ups and downs. I'm really happy to be totally transparent and share everything with you guys. If you have questions, guys, just throw them in the chat. I'll get to them at the end. But when I came across this business, I wasn't looking for a way out of my job. I didn't need to leave my job. I was on a really amazing income. I was a manager for the anesthetic department in the hospital that I worked at, and I was really comfortable. I was on a really awesome wage, and this business came to me, and I didn't join it out of desperation. It's a funny story. I joined this business with no intention to build it. I said no to Kate and Anthony for a really long time because I just wasn't interested. And I didn't need to leave my job. But what I did realize over the months that when I started this journey with this business was that I actually wasn't fulfilled in my job. I wasn't lit up. I wasn't tapping into my power, my superpower that I know and knew back then that lies within me. So, what I did love about this business was I loved the community. I loved the potential in it. I loved the success that was able to potentially be mine. I was looking at a lot of people just having huge success with this business, and I was like, whoa, these are things you hear of, like in passing. You hear like, oh, this person is like a multi-million-dollar earner in this MLM company, and you're just like, whatever, man, like as if that chick's earning that much money. And I was seeing the success with my own eyes, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I loved the fact that I didn't need to have a business bone in my body to be able to do this business well. I loved that I didn't have to be an expert to do this well. And I loved that I felt at home every time I logged on to Facebook, or I jumped on a team training, or I asked a question in the team page. I knew I felt at home. I felt like I had a family, and that's what I loved about this. And I personally had really amazing results with the product. I had crazy cystic acne all over my face. You wouldn't believe me if I showed you photos of it, but it was aggressive. It was terrible. It totally dampened my self-confidence as a woman. I was 28 years old and hiding my face. I couldn't even go to bed with my now husband, but I couldn't even go to bed without makeup on because I was so ashamed. And I loved that the product, this little tiny capsule with 30 fruit and veggies in it, really, really helped my inflammation. So the product for me made sense. I was like, man, I've got to share this with everyone. But the business at the beginning, to be 100% honest with you guys, didn't align with me. I just didn't want to build a business. I didn't want to be that chick online. I didn't really want to leave my job in the beginning. I didn't feel like I had to. So when I first joined this business, I was able to share the product really easily, and I got my first 20 customers literally in 2 weeks. And I had enough points to be at SDVF, or what's called VF in some other countries, or SDD over in Europe. So I hit the first position really fast, but I didn't have a teamie, and I refused to have a teamie. I refused to join anyone to this business. I refused to even do a business post because I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not here to build a business. But then Anthony sort of dangled that $400 SDVF bonus in front of me and was like, look, mate, if you just get one teamie, you get $400. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could do with $400 right now. So I made my mum join. I wrangled my mum into joining the business. And she wasn't even a legitimate teamie for me back then. I was like, Mum, just open this franchise. We're just going to get you some Juice Plus as well because you need to have your order for you to count. And then I get $400 and then hunky dory, I'm SDVF. And that's how it happened. So I literally faked my way to SDVF, guys. I faked it. And then I had no intention on building any business after that. But what happened after that was I did a business post on my Instagram just for shits and giggles because everyone else was doing it. I was watching everyone do all these business posts and I was like, I'm just going to do a business post and see what happens. And literally I had a few people like connect with me and they were like, this sounds amazing. What is it? How can I find out more info? And then I was kind of like forced into showing them a webinar and I had to talk to them about it. So long story short, I realized my mum hit SDVF authentically. She actually joined the business legitimately and she hit SDVF and I realized, oh my God, I only need to teach one other person how to do that. And I'm an SC. So very quickly, my goal changed. I was like, I want to hit SC. That's a nice $600 bonus. It is here in Australia. So all of a sudden I had my eyesight set on SC and I just remember thinking, I've just got to teach one other person how to hit SDVF. And you know what happened to me when that happened? When I started to build a little mini team, my little army of people, all of a sudden I realized that I found a few people who I literally helped them. Like I literally just lit their life up just a little bit by letting them be a part of this community. And all of a sudden, you know, these mamas and these girls that were my age, that people that weren't even mums as well, they all of a sudden felt like they were a part of something, that feeling that I had when I joined the business. And I remember what that feels like when I think back to it. I remember that feeling, like my heart swells up when I think about that feeling of family and community. So all of a sudden these people are really excited. They're like calling me up and they're like, Shani, I just got a customer. And I'm like on my phone, I'm like dancing around and laughing with them. I'm like, oh my God, you got a customer. Oh my God, there's like another customer in my organization. I'm like checking my notifications on my VO and I'm like, oh my God, there's 10 customers in my organization. Like, how did this happen? And all of a sudden, you know, like these people are hitting bonuses and making extra money and, you know, we're celebrating all these small wins. And that was exciting. That was exciting. Those small little wins, that's what lit me up. And all of a sudden, all these other people were lit up. They felt like they had purpose. They felt like they belonged to something. They woke up in the morning and they checked their Facebook because they were like, oh my gosh, have I got a message from a customer? Have I got a message from a new teamie? Or I did a post last night. Have I got, you know, people asking questions? And then I realized that all of a sudden my why changed really quickly. Like there and then before my eyes, I realized that I wanted this because I felt really good doing it. It felt right. It just felt so good. And I hit SC and then I had my eyesights hit on SSC. And something happened for me when I decided to go for SSC. Obviously, I decided to build a business by this point. I was ready. And it was really funny for me because I realized I had to step up a little bit. I realized that what got me to SDVF and what got me to SC wasn't going to get me to SSC. I had to step up a little bit and be a leader. And I didn't know what that was. I was a manager at my job, but I had to be a different type of leader for a group of people who were looking up to me. I was like, holy shit, like I need to get out of the Juice Plus closet. So that's what I was hiding in a Juice Plus closet for a long time. Does anyone know what the Juice Plus closet is? Does anyone feel like they're kind of there? Maybe like, yeah, we've got some people being honest. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for your honesty, because I was in the Juice Plus closet and I wouldn't even admit it. I was kind of like, I'm not admitting that I'm in the closet. I'm just not going to openly share this with everyone that I know. And I was seriously shooting myself in the foot. I wanted to get to SSC, but I wasn't clear with, you know, who I wanted to help. I wasn't open to helping everyone and anyone who came to me. I was being really secretive about what I was doing. Do you know my best friends didn't even know that I was doing this business until I was just about to hit Q. Seriously, because there was something inside of me that I was afraid. I don't know why. I was like, I cared so much about what people thought of me, and I cared so much about what people would say about me in my posts. And there was this, like I wasn't congruent with what I was saying one thing, but I was doing another, and I just couldn't hit SSC. I was like, why can't I get it? And I realized I had to step up. I had to own this business. I had to own what I was doing. I had to be open and honest and authentic and transparent. And literally, when I decided to open my heart to the possibilities of what this business could be for me, I just went, I hit NMD within 12 months, and the rest is history, literally. And it was when that moment when I decided to do this business properly, to act like, to go pro, like Eric Worre says, when I decided to go pro and do this shit for real, that's when the magic happened for me. There's someone here that is in the Juice Plus closet. I'm going to try and mute everyone. Got some crazy Justin Bieber in the background. I want you to write it down. I want you to just write it on a piece of paper. Write the words, I'm in the Juice Plus closet. Write it on a little notepad, and I want you to rip it up into little pieces, because I'm telling you now, the more you live in that closet, the more you're going to fail at this business. You have to be open and honest. And that's what this training is going to be about today. I'm going to cover some topics as well. I know a lot of you sent me some things about what you're challenged with. If we've got time, I'm going to cover them. But I really just want you guys to get clear with why you're here. Because my why changed as soon as I decided to do this properly. My why changed. And it took me a long time to figure that out, but I got there in the end. So I know some of you guys might be brand new on the line. Some of you, I'm talking about SSC and I'm talking about NMD, and you're like, holy shit, that's so far away from me. I'm like, you might feel like it's like a lifetime away. I know what that feels like. I was there, guys. I know it feels like it's going to take you years and years to get there. And I know it feels like you've got to climb Mount Everest to get there. I know what that's like, but I'm here to tell you that you can create anything you want in your life, and it's not going to take you Mount Everest, and it's not going to take you years, guys. I've been doing this for 2 years. Trust me, when you decide to do this properly and you decide to get clear and congruent with your vision and your mission and your purpose, and you get out of the Juice Plus closet, that is when the magic happens for you. So that's what this training is going to be about. So I've personally known what I've always wanted. I've always been someone that sets a goal and I go for it, and I won't stop until I get that goal. And my goals change all the time as well. So if you guys set a goal and it changes, don't feel like you've failed yourself. Like, that's totally normal for your goals to change. So you set a goal. I set a goal, and I freaking go hard for it. I go hard until the death. I'll have tears streaming down my face and sweat dripping off my forehead, and I will not stop. That's just me. That's just something that I've always been like that. So there's this really awesome quote that Will Smith says, actually. I shared it with someone the other day. I don't have it with me right now, but he talks about, he was asked at the Grammys, he was asked to explain his way to the top. Actually, I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to quickly search. I've written it down in my notes because I just love what he said so much. Here we go. So he was asked, explain your climb to the top. And he said, the only thing I see that is distinctively different about me is that I'm not afraid to die on the treadmill. I will not be outworked, period. You might have more talent than me. You might be smarter. You might be sexier. But if we get on a treadmill together, there's 2 things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die. It's really that simple. And when I read that, I was like, holy shit, yeah. How is that attitude? How is that man's passion? That's how I feel when I'm doing this business. And I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's been hunky-dory the whole way. There have been times where I've wanted to scream and yell and throw my phone at the wall. There have been times where I've just wanted to log out of Facebook permanently. There's been times where I've been on Zoom calls with Kate and Ant, just bawling my eyes out because I just didn't know what to do next. There's been times where I've been exhausted, call after call after call after call, and then my last call's at 9 p.m. and I'm just bawling my eyes out after that call because I've just worked so hard. I'm not going to lie. It's been a long and flavoursome journey, let's just say. But I love that about this. I love that I get to work on my business the way that I want to. I love that I get to put the effort that I want in. I love that I get to play full out. So don't get me wrong. There's still times where I mentally feel like there's self-doubt. There's always going to be self-doubt. There's always going to be days where you're like, can I actually do this? Or do I actually want to go through that to get there? And there are times where I catch myself playing small all the time. I caught myself playing small the other day in front of someone. And I remember saying something and I was like, wait, that's actually not true. I can't believe I just said that because that's not true. I'm just going to rewind a little bit and take that back because that's not actually how I feel. So I'm going to give you guys a few tips on getting yourself to the next level, the next position, whatever your next goal is, whether it's a position, whether it's a club level, whether it's income that you want to earn. I want you guys to get your notepad and pen out. And I just want you to write whatever resonates with you, what I'm about to say over the next 30 minutes. I just really want you to write it down, highlight it, put it in like massive big text, whack it on your vision board if you have to, because these are my tips, I guess, that I want you guys to take away, because this is what helped me. So the first thing is I want you to take this business one step at a time. I know we put these huge goals on our vision board and we're like NMD or 12 Club or whatever it might be. We put these huge goals and then we look at them and we think they're a little bit unrealistic. We're like, we know we want to get there, but that just doesn't align with what I feel I can achieve right now. And so just get rid of that. Like, it's beautiful to have big goals, but I want you to just take it step at a time. I just want you to write one little goal for yourself to hit this month, whether it's an amount of customers or an amount of team. I'll tell you what, like hitting 75 Club was never on my vision board at the beginning, let alone NMD. When I first started, I made little steps, and these little steps on my vision board, like this month I really want to have 10 customers, or this month I really want to attract 3 beautiful teamies. So just be really clear with your small steps. And I'm telling you now, you can't get to where you need to be without being crystal clear with your map. So that's like figuring out, what do you need to get to the next promotion? How many customers do you personally need? How many team do you personally need? How many customers does your whole organization need for you to get there? How many team does your whole organization need to have in it for you to get to that goal? If you don't know, connect with your mentor and ask. If they don't know, get their mentor on the line. If they don't know, get their mentor on the line. Guys, you've got 5 mentors who are 100% invested in your success. If your mentor doesn't know the answer, you go to the next and the next and the next and the next. And you know what? Even if you've gone to the 5th one and the 5th one still doesn't know the answer, I'm telling you now, the mentors above them will go leaps and bounds and go out of their way to help you. So just ask, what do I need? What customers do I need? How many team? Every month I had my own personal goals to reach. So that's definitely a tip I really want to give you guys, just little baby steps. In the beginning for me, it was 10 customers and 2 teams because that's all I could deal with. I was working full time as a nurse and I literally couldn't handle more than 2 teams at that time. So it was 10 customers and 2 teams because I knew what 10 customers would give me pay-wise. I knew what 10 trios would give me financially in my bank. And then I knew what the bonuses, I'd map out the bonuses and what I needed to get, who I needed to help, what team member do I need to help to get that next bonus. So I want you guys to write that down. Now for me, that's changed a little bit. My goals are now 5 and 5, so 5 customers and 5 team, because I'm now so focused on team and helping my team get to where they want to be. I needed to step it back a little bit and focus on my team that I already have, and then still bring on my 5 every month. And then 5 customers a month for me is pretty good for me. I like that number. So just make a goal that's really realistic for you. Don't take your mentor's goals. Don't look at your mentor's vision board and go, oh yeah, I want that too. Just go within and ask yourself, what do I actually really want? So with your team goals, this is the next thing. Don't only just put your own goals on your vision board, put your team goals. Do you know what your team want to achieve? Have you got their goals on your vision board? Do you know how many customers they want? How many team they want? Do you know who's qualifying this month, who wants to qualify? Do you know who's going for SDVF, who's going for SC, who's going for SSC, who's going for Q? Chart it out. What you need to chart out what they want, not what you want, You need to chart out what your team wants. So connect with them. Have a face-to-face Zoom with them. Ask them, get them to pour their heart out to you. Ask them what they want. Ask them what they want to achieve next month financially. And then help them break it down. What does that mean in trios? What does that mean in team bonuses? What's their stake in the ground? What are their goals? Because you automatically achieve your goals when you help them achieve theirs. That's what I love about this business. You don't walk into a multi-million-dollar business and have the CEO of the business reaching down and holding your hand to help you get to your goals, right? You don't ever see that. That's what I love about this business. So connect with your team, make little baby steps for them, make little baby steps for you. And I promise, if you've got your eyesight on the next thing rather than like the big one, you're not going to give up on this thing. You're not going to feel like your self-worth is down here. And that's what I see all the time. I see people's self-worth just like shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink because they set these huge goals and then don't reach them in the time that they set, and they think that they failed themselves, and that's totally not what's happening here. So if you want NMD, you've got to focus on investing and building others up. And I know we say this all the time. You might have heard this before. It's called, you've got to create an SDVF factory. Who's heard that saying? Yeah, a few people have. Literally, guys, I'm going to tell you the secret to this business right now. It's literally having an SDVF factory in your organization, a VF factory if you're in the States or Canada, or a SDD factory if you're in Europe. And I know that sounds heartless, but that's what this business is all about. It's not heartless. We're coming from a place of love. We're coming from a place of abundance and gratitude when we say that. If you can teach someone how to get to SDVF, wait, hold on, I'll rewind. If you can get to SDVF, which you can because the freaking system is there. If you follow the system and you get yourself to SDVF, then you teach others how to do that, you've got yourself an SDVF factory. And that's all this business is. You know why? Because once you're SDVF and you can help someone qualify their business, that is your paycheck going phew, like that. So if you can get people to SDVF and you can help them qualify, if you can teach them how to do the exact same thing, it's a teach-to-teach business. Guys, you've got a freaking whatever you want organization, however much you want to earn, you've got it right there. You've just got to tap into the system. You've got to follow it. You've got to become a pro at following the system. You've got to become a pro at finding where all the resources are so you can help your team. And the best advice that I was given by someone, I remember saying to someone, who was Gordon Headstone, I said to him, I know how to get to SDVF. I know how to get there, but I don't know how to teach everyone else how to get there. Like, that's my biggest struggle. And the best advice he gave me was diarize it. Journalize every single part of that journey. How did you get to SDVF? Write it down. You get someone to SDVF, write down their entire journey. What did you do to help them? What were the post ideas that you gave them? What were the three-way calls that you jumped on? What did you do to help them get there? And then duplicate that. What do you think milestone 1 is, guys? It's just my diary of how I got people to SDVF in digital form for you to follow. Like, literally, that's what milestone 1 is. So follow the system. If you've got extra things that you're doing alongside the system, write it down and then freaking duplicate it. That's all you've got to do. If you can create an SDVF factory and then help those people qualify, you can earn as much as you want to earn. You can have the business that you desire. You can have anything you want. I promise you that. So anyone can do this business. I just want to let you know, I know some people probably sitting on the line right now and they're like, I get it, SDVF factory, but I can't do this. I hate that word, I can't. If you say the words I can't, it means I won't. That's what I can't means. If you say to me, I can't do that, it actually just means that you won't and that you don't want to. So I hate the words I can't. And I know that a lot of the people that I work with one-on-one and I work closely with, one of my biggest rules is I can't is not in our vocabulary, because if you can't, you won't. So you can. Anyone can do this business. Anyone can get to the top. And you want to know why? Because this is such a simple business. It is so simple, guys. Like, literally, sometimes I look at this business and I'm like, holy crap, this is just me repeating myself. Like, literally helping people to get to SDVF is repetition. And sometimes I remember once I had to like slap myself out of this little funk I was in, because I was like, this is so boring. I'm just repeating myself. And someone literally like virtually slapped me and was like, shut up. Like, you are so lucky to have this business. Like, that's so easy that all you have to do is repeat, 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 wash, rinse, repeat. Literally. It's so simple, guys. It's simple. It's not easy. We work hard, but it's such a simple business. Do you guys agree? When you look at milestone 1 and you're like, oh my God, all I've got to do is talk to people, share, and help people get their dream business up and running. That's all I've got to do. That's what this business is. How easy is that? It's simple, right? I shouldn't say easy. It's simple. It's not easy because we do work really hard. So that's my first tip. Little baby steps. I'm rambling. Tip 2, actually be really congruent and clear with what you put on your vision board. Who has a vision board here? I want to see some hands up. Who has a vision board? Yeah, we've got some people. Lots of people with no vision boards. What's going on, guys? This is not cool. I want to see you guys visualizing your dreams every single day. I'm telling you now, if you don't visualize what you want, you're not going to get what you want. It's just not going to happen for you. We did a really awesome training called Finding Your Dharma. Write this down. If you haven't got a mission statement, if you have not written down on paper what you want to achieve in this life, what your vision is, what your mission is, what your purpose is, what your values are, if you're not clear on that, you need to go and do that training. It's called Finding Your Dharma. If you type that into the search bar, you get this really cool document that you get to download. It's also in the file section. It's called Your Divine Mission Statement. And I want you guys to do that. I want you to be really clear with why you're here. If you don't know why you're here and who you want to help and the impact you want to make in this world and why, like, you're just doing this business blind. And if you're calling me up and saying, Shani, this business isn't working for me, if you have no direction, and you're saying that to me, I'm sorry, but I'm just going to hang up on you and I'm going to tell you to go and do the Finding Your Dharma training. So I want you guys to have mission statements. I want you to have a vision board. I want you to sit in front of it every single day and be like, this is why I'm here. This is why I work so hard. This is why I put the hours in. This is why I have an inbox full of people. And it's, yes, sometimes my thumbs get sore when I'm typing back to them like first world problems, but this is why I do it. These are my goals and my dreams and my desires for my family, for me, what I want for my life, what I want to create, who I want to help. That you need to be clear with that. Our brains do this really stupid thing where we go to sleep and then when we wake up every morning, we forget our vision and our mission and our purpose. We have to remind ourselves every single day. I don't know why we do that. We're not robots. We just don't automatically wake out of bed and be like, oh my God, my vision, my mission, my purpose, my values, these are all of them. It just doesn't happen like that. So you have to remind yourself every day, guys. I want to see your vision boards. I want to see your mission statements. Post them in the page so you can inspire others. I'm more than happy to post my vision board so you can see what's on there. I check that thing every day. You know what? I'm continuously changing it. Continuously whacking things up on there that are new, or I'm taking things down that I've achieved and replacing them with the next big thing. The other thing I really want you to do, which I kind of touched on before, is I just want you to celebrate the small wins. I want you to set yourself some small goals and then reward yourself for them. Oh my gosh, I talk to so many people who are so like, they're criticizing themselves so much because of like the stupidest thing. What happened to the small wins? Like, I remember when I go back to that time when I, on the phone to my brand new team, who just got her first customer, like that feeling of, oh my God, I just got my first customer. Like, they just gave me their form. I just logged into my virtual office and I just like clicked on new customer and put all their details in and it says confirmed and I've got a customer. That feeling, guys, celebrate that. Don't forget that, because that's still beautiful and amazing. It's still helping someone. And when you've got a brand new teamie who's just joined this business, don't forget how special that moment is when you get that first order and you put it through in your virtual office. You know, for some of you, like a small goal would be reaching $1,000 a month. I remember when I set my first goal of hitting $1,000 a month, that was huge for me back then. That was like a plane ticket to America for me. I remember I wanted to go to conference in, was it St. Louis? It was my first conference and it was in I can't even remember, oh my gosh, 26 to 2017. And I needed the $1,000 to be able to just like up and leave and get on a flight. I didn't have holiday savings and I didn't have enough holiday savings to go. And I remember thinking $1,000, going to be so huge for me. And when you get there, guys, when you hit that $1,000 a month, celebrate it, reward yourself. Maybe it's getting X amount of clients a month, or maybe it's getting X amount of team a month. Maybe it's getting 3 teamies next month. Celebrate it. Whether it's getting yourself a bunch of flowers or going to get your nails done, get your hair done, have a spa day, have family reward day, so your family understand that you're working hard for them as well. If you've got children, make sure they're involved in your reward days. Make sure they understand that mummy's working really hard so I can reward you as well. Or if you've just, you're in a partnership with someone, take them out on a date, reward yourselves for all the hard work that you do, because it's so important not to forget those small wins. For me, I remember it like my first goal was $1,000 a month. Then it was $2,000 a month. Then it was $3,000 a month. Then it was $4,000. Then it was $5,000. Then it was $6,000 a month. Would you guys believe me now my goal is to reach $20,000 a month? Would you believe me if I told you that's what my goal is? I've been doing this for 2 years, guys. If you're working hard, reward yourself, because the potential in this business is so unfathomable. Like, I just wish you could see what you could create for yourself. But first, you've got to celebrate the small wins. You've got to do it. I have the financial potential to do anything I want on my vision board. I write this check and it's massive for me. Like, my heart skips a beat when I write this check on my vision board. But I write the small goals around it as well to help me get there. And I want you guys to do the same. When you need to understand that when you declare your goals and your dreams to the universe about what you want and why you want it and why you deserve it, you're going to get it, because it's just a universal law and principle. It's magic. It's actually not magic. It's just how the world works when you declare that. So I want you to do something as well. I want you to write down your small goals, and then I want you to write one stretch goal. And then I want you to write down why you deserve that. I want you to write down 200 reasons why you deserve that stretch goal. Who's going to benefit from it? How will you benefit from it? How will your family benefit from it? Who will you impact? Who will you help? How will you help them? I want you to write the 200 reasons. The craziest thing happened to me, guys. I was told to write 200 reasons why I deserve financial abundance, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to write 400. And it took me so long. And I'm going to admit, like, I got to some points in my 200 reasons where I was like, I literally can't think of anything more. I was up to like 20. I was like, I can't think of any more reasons. And then all of a sudden, like, when you're at a roadblock, when you feel like you're hitting your head against a wall, just understand that behind it is a huge breakthrough in anything in life. So I'm hitting my head against this wall, and all of a sudden it clicks, like all these things, like these light bulb moments. I'm like, oh my God, if I hit 50 club, it means that this person will be 12 club. And when this person is 12 club, she can leave her job. And when this person's 3 club, she can go part-time. And when she can go part-time, she can spend more time at home with her kids. And when she can spend more time at home with her kids, her children will feel more connection and love to her. And then all of a sudden, like tears streaming down my face, it just clicked. So I know 200 reasons sounds like a lot, but when you're hitting your head against the wall, I promise you there's a breakthrough. And you've just got to think, what is the ripple effect of that? What is the ripple effect? Whose life will I impact unintentionally? I think about all the lives that one of my 200 reasons is impacting the lives of the partners that are on this team. So your partners, how does it impact them? You're happier, you're a part of a community and a tribe, and you feel like you have purpose. So what does that create in your relationship? There's more love there because you feel like you have this purpose and you're bringing in some money. And that's part of my 200 reasons. I'm impacting your partners and I'm impacting their lives because they're happier. They're coming home from work and they're excited to hear from you and see you. Like, how cool is that? So write your 200 reasons, write 400 if you can. If you can write 400, I want to know about it. I really do want to know about it. And do you know what happened to me when I wrote my 400 reasons? I hit 50 club. Now, for any of my leaders who were with me when I hit 50 club, you guys will understand, you guys will know the story. So I'm in Mexico, right? I'm in Mexico on a holiday with Matt. And there was no way I was hitting 50 club that month. I think I needed 22 new people to qualify that month. So I was under 39 club. I was like, I remember, I was like 35 club, maybe, I can't remember. Anyway, and I remember I was like, you know what? They keep telling me about this 200 reasons and the magic that happens and how the universe delivers. I'm just going to do it. And oh my God, I can't even tell you how the universe allowed that to happen and all the pieces of the puzzle came together for me. And I'm telling you guys, it will happen for you even though you think it won't and you think it can't and you think it's totally not doable and you're like, I just don't see that. It's not even fathomable for it to happen. It happens. I swear to God, it happens. And it happened for me. And I hit 50 club. I was in Mexico and had a margarita in my hand and I cheersed with Matt and I was like, oh my God, this actually works. So I'm telling you, write your 200 reasons, do your mission statement, do the Dharma webinar, make a vision board, share it with your team because yeah, it's really quite beautiful what happens. So let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about if you don't hit a goal. You know, so that happens sometimes. All that matters is that you tried, okay? Every promotion or every club level, it's going to come eventually. Just know that. And if you don't hit it on the date that you set for yourself, stop being so hard on yourselves. There's a reason why this crazy universe has made that happen. There's obviously something you need to learn. There's a challenge that you need to overcome. There's a realization that needs to light bulb moment for you before you get there. And there's a universal law that's called the law of handling what you have. Getting what you can handle. That's right, sorry. So you'll only get what you can handle. So if you're going for this huge goal, yet you're complaining about your DMO and you're complaining about your team and you're shame, blaming and justifying on everyone else except you, you're not going to get that goal. You know what I mean? So there's something you need to learn. There's a devil at that level that you need to overcome for you to get there first. So just understand that there's crazy serendipity happening when things don't align for you the way you wanted it to, but just understand that it will come to you when you do the work. So all that matters is that you tried. If you know that you put 100% in and you hustled your little ass off for that, that's all that matters. And you've helped people along the way. The emotional revenue that you've collected along the way is enough. Do you know what I mean? So stay true to your goals. If you don't get them, don't beat yourself up. Don't have a day off. Don't take a step back because that's just the wrong thing to do. Don't give up if it's looking a bit hard to get to where you want to. If your attitude is, we'll see what happens, that's totally cool. I'll let you play at that level. I'm just not going to play there with you. And I won't allow it because it's not empowering you. It's not empowering me as a leader to let you be like that. So a lot of the people I work with closely know that when they come to me and they're in that self-pity, we'll see what happens, or I'll try instead of I will, if you don't have both hands up, we're not going to try and be involved in your rescue if you're not, you know what I mean? So I want to see you guys playing full out. I want to see you hustling. I want to see you giving it your all and then being okay with what happens with the outcome. You just got to think, how bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want it? There have been so many goals that I've wanted to achieve over the last 4 months and I haven't got there yet. I'm not sitting here like canceling team training. I'm on here like, all right, guys, let's do this. Like, I've got a goal that I want to achieve. You've got a goal that you want to achieve. Let's do this together as a team. So tip 3, sorry, talking lots. Make the decision to go all out. Make the decision to go pro at this. So like I said before, are you in the Juice Plus closet? One of the things that was really huge for me with deciding to go pro was going to conference. I know we've got lots of conferences happening. We've got New Zealand. You've got your conference this week. New Zealanders, if you don't know about that and you want the details, please let me know. I want you there this week. We've got Phoenix conference next month in April. We've got the Australian conference in Perth in June. We've got so many conferences coming up. Now, when I went to conference, I wholeheartedly decided to give this business a red hot freaking go. I decided to own this business. I had absolute certainty that I was no longer going to toe dip and do this half-assed. And that's what conference did for me, and that's what it will do for you. If you're sitting there and you're like, I'm uninspired, I'm unmotivated, I don't have a vision, I don't know what my purpose is, get your butt on a seat to conference. Get a ticket. I don't care what it takes. I don't care what babysitters you have to pay. I don't care what flights you have to take, what oceans you have to cross. I don't care. I don't want to hear your excuses. I just want you at conference. Because I'm telling you now, there's no training, no Zoom call, no SOS call, no business strategy call, no freaking Rockstar Diamantini that's going to get you what you need other than conference. I promise you guys. And you know what? When I went to conference, I was a 12 club. I didn't go to conference until I was 12 club. I missed the Aussie conference because I just started as it was starting. And then by the time the American conference came, I was already at 12 club. So I went to conference 12 club, and in literally 12 months to the day, I hit 75 club. In exactly 12 months. So I'm telling you guys, get your ass there. I think actually UK has one coming up too. Someone's actually said that in the chat. Perfect. You've got one next month as well. And I know that Linda Evenden's going to the UK one. I know that Danielle McCurdy on the team's going with a few girls as well. So you've got people there. You're not going to be there by yourself. Okay, so something else that I really wanted to go over was something that I guess I was reading a book and I was like, I need to share this with the team because this is really, really cool. I've not, so many people are coming to me at the moment and they're saying, Shani, I'm over it. I should be killing it and I'm not, and I'm over it. I'm over all the hard work that I'm putting into this and I'm not getting the results that I want. And, you know, they do that little like, I'm threatening you, I'm going to leave maybe, but they don't. They just, you know, they just want something. I get it. I was there. I did that to Kate and Ant several times. I actually never wanted to leave the business. I've never wanted to leave, but I definitely had those calls with them where I was like, this is shit. Does anyone feel me? Is anyone kind of there or they've been there? Give me some hands up if you're like, yeah, I've definitely been there. Okay, so I want you to understand something. Everyone always wants the good. Everyone always wants to feel, you know, like they've hop, skipped and jumped to their goal. They want that perfect home, or they want that perfect relationship. They want that perfect business. They want the perfect life. They want the respect. They want to be a total baller. They want to be admired. They want to be famous. And, you know, they want all of these things. And they pretend like it's going to be easy to get there, right? So I think rather than asking you what your goals are, I want you to ask yourself this instead. I want to ask you, and it's probably something you've never considered before, what is the pain that you're willing to have for that goal? Let me better ask that question. What are you willing to struggle for? I want you to choose your struggles. So for example, most people want NMD and they want a $4,000 paycheck so that they can leave their job. But what most people don't want is the hard work. They don't want the tears. They don't want the growth. They don't want the self-realization. They don't want the late nights. They don't want the team pep talks and the team leaving and the customers canceling and the kick up the ass from their uplines. They don't want that. They just want the shiny, you know, NMD post and the bonus, and then they want the paycheck. Another thing, like people want great relationships and the perfect partner, but what most people don't want is the tough conversations and the awkward situations and the growth that happens in a relationship and the fights that you might have and the arguments that you might have and the disagreements. And, you know, when two people fall head over heels in love with them, there's like a huge journey that comes along with that. There's hurt feelings. There is an emotional roller coaster. You know, when that comes with finding your soulmate. Most people want the perfect partner, but they don't want the stuff that comes along with it. People want, you know, their dream body, but they're not willing to work hard at the gym, and they don't want to be consistent with their diet to achieve it. They don't want to say no to the drinking and the partying. They don't want to say no to their friends who are going out for pizza. You know, no one chooses the shit before they make a goal. Do you know what I mean? So what happens is people settle. They lower their standards and they kick their self-worth to the curb because they don't want to choose their struggles. They actually never thought about the struggles that come along with that goal. They never preempt the shit that they need to put up with to get to the top. So I want to ask you, what are you willing to struggle for? People want to open a business, but, a lot of people aren't willing to do what it needs to take to be successful in this business. It's crazy when I talk to people and I'm like, this is a part of it. Like, you're complaining that your team are leaving and that your customers are canceling and that all these things are happening to you. Guess what? You're a part of business. This is business life. And you need to appreciate the risk and the uncertainty. And, people don't want the repeated failures, and they don't want the mistakes. They don't want the growth. They don't want the insane hours that they need to put into their business to make it successful. So you guys got to think about, what do you want from this? What's the downside that you're happy to cop on the chin? Do you know what I mean? That's actually one of the reasons why Loz and I started the podcast, because we want to show you guys what it takes to own a business. It's not just in this business where people struggle and fail and work late nights and work hard to the bone. Stop complaining. You own a business. Roll with the punches. That's what this is all about. And that's why I love this business, because any other business, you wouldn't get the support that you get here. And you know what? You can't win if you don't play, my friends. You need to play all out. And I want to tell you about, I guess, a story of Cheryl Cortese. Who here knows Cheryl Cortese? Does anyone know who she is? Some people do. So Cheryl Cortese is one of our upline NMDs. She's actually the top earner in the world in Juice Plus, and she's actually our upline. She's from America. So it goes me, Kate and Ant, then it goes Linda Evenden, then it's Lauren Slocum from the USA, then it's Cheryl. So Cheryl Cortese joined this business like when it was conceptualized, literally 20 whatever years ago. She was one of the first franchisees. And do you know how she built this business? With a fax machine and a phone and door knocking. There was no internet. There was no social media. There was none of that. There was literally her. She'll tell this story and she tells it so well. I feel like I'm not doing it any justice telling it to you this way. But she used to make 100 phone calls a day, and she'd have an event every single day. So every day she'd have a business event at her house, or if it wasn't at her house, she'd drive to people, hours and hours. She'd drive to their house and have it there. So 100 calls a day, about 30 people would say yes to coming to her event. About 10 of them would rock up. About 2 of them would be interested. And that's what she did every single day for years and years. And you know what she said to me? What we've created in 2 years, it took her 10 years, because we have social media. You do a post and you reach thousands of people these days. Like we're called the Brat Pack. Did you know that? They call us the Brat Pack because it is so easy for us. It's easy work. We work hard. Yes, we work hard, but it's enjoyable. It's fun. We're online. We get to post photos for work. And think about this, if we can create what we've created now, if they've created what they created all those years ago with what they have, and we can create what we are doing now with social media and posts and just connecting with people on Facebook, how hard can it be to bring 5 people to a business event this week? How hard can it be to reach out to a few people that you know who are dying of a new opportunity? How hard can it be to share with people how you can help them with their health and wellness and how their kids can get fruit and veggies for free? Do you know what I mean? We're not asking you to call 100 people a day. We're not asking you to drive hours and hours with your kids in the back seat to go to live events. We're not asking you to go door knocking pre-dinner time or sit there on the fax machine sending shit through. Like, all it takes is consistency and commitment. That's all you need, guys. That's all you need from this. Just a shitload of action, literally. So I'm not going to lie. What it took to create what I've created, I work on this every single day. I've had 2 timeouts. The first time was when I went to India to go within. I had to do some self-reflection, and I came back and I hit 75 Club that month. The second time I had some time out was when I got married, which was literally 2 weeks ago. I decided to give my all undivided attention to my partner, who I was vowing to, all my promises for life. I decided to take 2 weeks off. They're the only times in the last 2 years I've taken time off. Other than that, I work every single day. I'm on three-way calls. I'm on follow-up calls. I'm on BSS calls. I'm doing a mastermind group where I'm teaching some leaders who are up and rising how to be bigger and better. I'm networking online. I'm taking team training. I'm raising leaders up. I'm teaching newbies. I'm helping customers out. I'm building a more bigger and beautiful program for your customers to use. And I'm picking the pieces when shit's falling apart for certain team members. I'm planning a retreat for you guys. I'm refining the training. I'm on an event nearly every single day, guys. I'm working my ass off, and I have for the last 2 years. It takes so much work to make this work. It does. But you know what? I love it. I love that right now this is work for me. And you know what? Did I invest that much time in the beginning? No, I didn't. I couldn't. I was working 50 hours a week as a nurse, but I was able to cut down those hours, and I was able to increase my pay, and I was able to put more time into my business. And it was all little stepping stones. You know what I mean? It was income rose up slowly, hours at work came down slowly, finally left my job, gave my all to this business, and here I am today doing what I do because I love this shit. I love it. It is on my mission statement. It is a part of my values. It is a part of my vision, my mission, my purpose. You, every single one of you are on my vision board, and that's what I'm here to do, and that's why I love it. So I want you guys to really think, like, what have I got to do? Am I playing small? Who here feels like they might be playing a little bit small? They could step it up a little bit. Yeah. Because I promise you guys, what you can create in this business, seriously, like sometimes I think about how much this has changed my life and how much it can change your life. The job you have at the moment will never create the income that we can create in this business, ever. And that's a big and bold statement, and I'm saying it. Your job or whatever it is that you're doing right now, other than this, can never give you what this business can give you. It's going to be the same forever, guys. That hourly rate, yeah, sure, you might get a few pay rises between here and when you turn 70. You might get, a couple of pay rises here and there every hour. Every hour you might get a couple of dollars extra. But between now and when you're 70, it's not going to help you to have financial freedom. It's not going to retire you. It's not going to help you live the life of your dreams and on your terms. Yeah, you'll have 40 or 50 years worth of super up your sleeve, but I'm sorry to break it to you. To be able to live the life that you want when you're retired, to enjoy time with your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, that super fund that you have is not going to be enough because it is so expensive to live in this day and age right now. For you to live the life of your dreams, you need a retirement plan, and you kind of need to tap into it now, and you've got it in your hands, guys. You've got this gift. Actually, you know what? Even if you were to buy a traditional franchise, let's say you go and buy into a multi-million-dollar franchise. I'm just going to pick McDonald's because that's all I can think of right now. Because I want you guys to understand, if you were to buy a franchise today, do you think that your income from McDonald's is going to be exponential? Do you guys actually know what exponential income means? Do you understand what compound interest is? When your income is one thing and then it grows and grows and it's a snowball, then it's an avalanche, and that thing does not stop. It keeps going and it keeps growing. Do you guys understand that? That's what this business is. So, you can only flip so many burgers in a day, my friends. Can only have so many customers come through the door with a traditional business. This, guys, you need to leverage of what you've got in your hands. If you bought a multi-million-dollar franchise that, potentially you might need to have $800,000 cash to buy, that's not a loan, that's just the cash you need to down deposit. Who has $800,000 cash just to throw down at a business, by the way? But anyway, you will never get the financial benefit and the reward that this business can give you. I'm sorry. I know it sucks to hear, because some people on the line are going to be like, I don't want to hear this. I know that there's other ways that are better. I'm telling you now, this business has leverage, and you cannot find that anywhere else. And you can build as far and as wide as you want, because there is no limit to how big your business can grow here. So in this business, to make $100,000 a year, just to put it in perspective, to make $100,000 a year in residual income. So that's income that you literally don't have to work for. When you go to your job tomorrow and you do that hour and you get that $30 back, that's not residual income because you had to work for that. Residual income is what we can create here with clubs, with our SDVF factory. Our residual income, so $100,000 a year of work you didn't even have to do, it's coming into your bank account. You actually need to earn $2 million of property outright for you to create that, to retire on that. I'm sorry, but I don't think anyone here has $2 million in their bank account to just go and buy a house. to go and make $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? That's a lifetime goal for some people. That's 6 figures a year. Like, that's 30 club. Do you understand that? That's 30 club. $100,000 a year in this business is 30 club. Guys, like, in this household, we're on multiple 6 figures here. I earn more than doctors do that I was working with 2 years ago. And I'm not saying that to impress you. And I'm not saying that because I'm coming from a place of vain or whatever. I'm actually telling you this so you can understand what this is for you, like what you can create, what the potential is, what this is for you. Do you guys understand? Got a lot of people nodding. Yeah, it's amazing. And there's so many people that just quit and leave and they have a day off or they take a step back. Like, I literally sit there like this sometimes where I'm like, oh my gosh, what have you just done? What have you just said no to? Don't take a break. If you have something that happens to you in this business and it's not what you wanted, work harder. There's something so amazing that you have in your hands here, guys. And if I ever hear someone say, I don't have time, swear to God, you need this business if you don't have time. Do you understand? So you have a really beautiful, amazing opportunity here, guys. I want you to respect yourself enough to show up for your business every single day, as much as you show up and respect your bosses that tell you what to do every day. We're a team, guys, and there's so many leaders here, in myself included. I'll jump leaps and bounds to help you with whatever it is you want. We've got so many amazing leaders in this team that would be so happy to help you as well. They're willing to help. They're there. They're there for you. And you've got all the tools, all the resources. You've just got to tap in. You just stop giving the bullshit excuses and do the work. I promise you, you'll get this. I promise you, if you just add a little bit of value into people's lives and love on them hard and take action and be consistent, you will get this. This will happen for you. All the puzzles will come together and it'll just like, oh my gosh. And you know what? You're going to turn around and you're going to remember this training and you're going to say to me, Shani, remember that training where you were meant to talk about how I was meant to fix my DMO and how I was going to attract people and whatever else I was meant to talk about that I haven't spoken about? You're going to say, I realized I actually didn't really need you to tell me that. We're so lucky to have what we have here in this team, guys, with Babes in Business. We're so lucky here, and you guys have it in your fingertips. So I know I'm going over time, so I'm going to wrap this up really quickly. Have you guys got some value from this? Have you loved this? Have you gotten some light bulb moments? Are you excited to wake up tomorrow and smash some goals? Good. I'm so happy. All right, cool. So I guess what I want to end with is I actually, who was on the Jeff Roberti call today? Who was on that? I found it amazing. I loved what he said. I'm going to just read some of the notes that I took down from his call today because I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So he actually pointed out something really prominent. It actually stuck out to me like, oh my gosh, it's so true. You have to have desire to do this business. If you're going to like get on team training and sit here and write all the notes, but then you're going to jump off and then, you know, let all that warm, fuzzy feeling like disappear and then wake up tomorrow with no desire, you don't have a business. You need desire for this, guys. So, and he was saying, desire is the only thing that you need for success. People don't earn 6+ figures because they need it. Like a lot of people join this business, they don't actually need the money. What they want is the desire to help people. You know that feeling when you know you've like really freaking just lit up someone's life? That's the desire they want. They don't need the validation. They don't need the recognition. They actually want the desire to make this thing work. That's what people want. And that's the secret. Despite everyone fantasizing about, you know, all these goals that they want and all these things that they want to achieve, then they quit, then they leave the business. The thing that they never had was desire. They didn't realize that there are people out there who are dying of broken hearts, like literally people who are so lonely, who don't have a place to call home. There are people out there who have so many health issues that they just don't understand like what to do next. They're stuck, like they're spending hundreds of dollars on medical bills and things because they don't know what to do next. So you know how many people out there want to look better, feel less bloated, get rid of their acne, get their period back, minimize their inflammation, have longer and stronger hair and nails. And some people really just all they want is to have a baby and have help with their fertility journey. Do you know how many people out there want that? How many people desire that? And then that's all people want. People want to travel. People want to have community to call home. People want to have a girl gang to be a part of. People want more friends. People want to come to Bali. People want to have purpose. People want to help other people. People want to feel like they're a part of something, of a worthy cause. They want to feel like they're doing something with their life in their world. They want to impact people. That's what people want. People have that desire. I know you guys have that desire within you. I know it. And that's all you need to tap into, guys. People want to leave their part-time job. Some people want to leave their full-time job. People want to do this because they want to help others, or there are some people who just really want to just be lit up every day and feel like they can give back to their family and their kids. Some people just want to pay their parents back for the amazing job they did their whole life. Some people want to tithe more. Some people want to literally give their time to causes that, make their heart swell up. People have that desire. I know you guys have that desire too, and I get it. Like, people want to have more time to work on the things that are fun. They want more money. They want to invest things that they're passionate about, and you guys have that here. You need to share that desire with people when you're posting. That's what you've got to share. You don't need to share about Juice Plus. You don't need to share about the capsules. Yeah, those posts work, but you need to go deep and open your heart, unlock it and see what's in there. What do you want? And share that with people. Why are you hiding it? You have such a gift. You have such a gift, and you've just got to share it and be passionate about it when you share it, guys. People sitting at home on the couch with no purpose, literally sitting there not knowing what they're going to do for the rest of their life. They feel invaluable. They have no self-worth. They're literally dying of broken hearts. People are out there dying of that shit. And we have something that can help them. We have something that can increase their self-worth, gives them that spark back in their life. There are people out there with injuries, stuck at home. They can't work or they can't do anything. They can do this. You can light their life up with this. You can do it. So rather than acting meek and mild and playing small, how about you start asking people some really big questions? Ask them about them. Ask them what lights them up. What are they passionate about? What does their dream life look like? What does their dream job look like? Who do they want to help? Because that is the desire that people will be attracted to. And I promise you, when you tap into that, because you all have it within you, when you tap into that, I promise you guys, people will magnetize towards you. You'll have an inbox full of people and you'll just be like, oh my God, I can't even deal with how many people I'm talking to right now. Does that help you? Does that get you excited about what your next post is going to be about? And the last thing, I promise this is the last thing, and then I'll let you guys go. I want you to give back to you. We talk so much about giving, but we need to make sure we're, fulfilling that yin and yang energy, and we're giving back to ourselves. That's so important, guys. And that's, things like personal development, self-love. Live your mission. If you're posting about healthy living, make sure you're living that thing, man. Make sure you're eating healthy. Make sure you're taking the product. Make sure you're exercising. Make sure you're glowing from the inside out. And if you don't feel like you're glowing, go and get a coach to help you grow and glow. The other way that you can give back to yourself is just practice what you preach. Don't be a fraud, because the moment you're a fraud, it shows. It shines through posts. It shines through your words. When you're not congruent with what you're posting, do you think you're actually going to attract the people that you want? You're not. Like, if you're not being authentic, even if people can't tell, like I said before, that universal law of only getting given what you can handle, you will not attract beautiful teamies. You won't attract excited customers who call you up when their kid poops for the first time in ages because the product helped them. You're just not going to attract that to you. So make sure you give to yourself, meditate, miracle mornings, mission statement, vision boards, gratitude. I want you to tap into that. First and foremost, wake up in the morning, do not check your phone for the first 60 minutes. Give back to you first. And that's what I do every day. I don't care if I've got 100 messages in my inbox, I give back to me first, because I know if I fill my cup up, I can fill up the cup of others. So I've gone way over. I'm so sorry. It's like 10:15 p.m. for some people. I love you guys so much. I hope that's helped you. I hope you've taken some stuff away from that. And if you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat. I'm going to stop recording now. I'm going to stay on the line for anyone who wants to chat. But I love you all so much. I just want you all to just tap into that potential that you have, because I know it's within you. I see it shine every day. I see your posts, guys. I see the help that you're helping others with, like on the page. I see everything you emanate. You just need to tap into it. So I love you. Good evening, good night. Have a good sleep. Oh my God, Kat, you're awake. It's so late for you. I'll